Hello everybody and welcome to another mini structures video. Today I want to show you guys how to shrink down the desert temple into a tiny 7x7 pocket-sized pyramid. Here's the tiny desert temple, and this is one of my favorite ones that I've worked on. I love the way this thing turned out a lot with the little entrance. You could go inside here, and I got some more secrets to show you guys in here as well. But as usual, before we show how to make this thing and some other stuff with it, let's head over to the actual Minecraft desert temple to talk about that a bit. So the desert temple was first added into Minecraft in the update 1.3.1, and I remember when these things were added, that was pretty early on, and these were one of the coolest things you could find. They actually have some loot hidden within them that's protected by a pretty dangerous trap, and I remember sneaking in there to get it, and it was just a ton of fun. These things are pretty cool, and they've been in the game for a long time. Actually been in the game for such a long time that the orange terracotta they have right here, which is what they use for a lot of the details on this build, was at first actually orange and blue wool, because it was so early on that terracotta actually wasn't even added to the game yet. So the desert temple consists of a few different compartments. We have the actual main pyramid, which is this structure here, which includes this little balcony lookout area with this hole in the roof, and then also the main room here, which is the main piece of this whole desert temple. We also have these two columns which go out here, which you could enter in through here, and this is one way that you could actually notice the desert temple if it's buried in. And so this leads into the main room here. We also have the entrance, so this is the main entrance with this weird looking face that kind of lets you in. And then past that, we have one more room, which is a bit of a secret room. So if we break underneath this orange terracotta right here, or any of this 3x3 area, it shows you a brand new secret room. And so if you manage to make it down this scary tunnel, you'll end up at this room down here, which looks pretty mysterious. And so within here, you'll have 4 chests with all kinds of different loot, which I'll tell you about in a second, and also this stone pressure plate right here. And so whatever you do not want to step on the stone pressure plate, so if you do, you activate the 9 TNT it has down here. And yeah, I don't think you're going to be making it out of that. I also just wanted to add on that every single time I enter one of these, I destroyed the stone pressure plate immediately, and then go down and break the 9 TNT right after, just to completely disarm the trap. And if you manage to make it down there without activating the TNT and obliterating the chests that are there, you could find a random selection of all these different materials. So those materials are bones, rotten flesh, gunpowder, sand, string, spider eyes, enchanted books, saddles, golden apples, gold ingots, iron ingots, emeralds, iron horse armor, gold horse armor, diamonds, diamond horse armor, and even enchanted golden apples. And so in my opinion, it's definitely worth making the journey down there to pick up all those items. And so the desert temple doesn't have any specific mobs that will be hidden inside it, kind of like how a village has villagers inside it, Sea Temple has guardians, a woodland mansion has villagers. You won't find anything like that in here, so it's pretty much abandoned. But since it is dark in here, and especially in these areas, I have night vision right now, but in these areas back here, there's definitely some spawnable spaces, so you could get some unwanted mobs, and that even includes this area down here. So if you get really unlucky, an enemy could spawn down here, walk over the stone pressure plate, and activate the trap before you even make it down there. And so then here's a few things that is read on the Minecraft wiki. So the desert temple is a 21 by 21 block structure, just like how ours over there is a 7 by 7 block structure. And another pretty cool thing is that these symbols out here are actually an ancient Egyptian sign that means life. So that's pretty much the Minecraft structure. There's nothing too crazy going on with it, but it's definitely an iconic Minecraft structure that's been in the game for pretty much as long as I could remember. And so then I'll just put up an image of what the thing looks like with nothing around it. This is the desert temple, fully exposed. Usually you find it buried in the sand, but this one we got pretty lucky with, where you could actually enter in through the front. But if you get unlucky, sometimes you'll only see the top pyramid, or maybe even just these towers peeking out of the sand. And so I think that's everything I want to say about the actual Minecraft desert pyramid. And so now we could go look at our little one. I think a good place to start off in building this thing is to go look at the materials you're going to need for this. So this is everything you need to build up the entire pyramid. So that's 97 sandstone right here, 42 sandstone stairs, 2 smooth sandstone stairs, and this could be any orange block. It could be orange wool, it could be orange terracotta, which is actually what it should be, so that's what they use in the real desert temple, but it could really be any type of orange block you have. And the one final thing you need is just 1 sandstone slab. And so I laid out the area we're going to need for this build, and that's a 7x7 square. And so now I'm going to go over into survival like I usually do to build these things. I'll collect the exact amount of materials we have right here, and we'll build it all up block by block. So I just collected everything, so let's get to work on building this. So I was just showing how to build this thing, and I realized I just did it all wrong. So let's go back to the start. So pretty much I was all the way done building this thing, and I realized that I actually had way too much sandstone left. I was building it all wrong, but it's alright, we'll restart. But before we do that, I wanted to show you guys just the build layer by layer. So here we have layer 1, and then we move on to layer 2. So I just wanted to add this in because I feel like this is a pretty good way to show it off pretty quickly, and that's how I'd want to see it if I was watching the video. So I hope this helps some people out. But now that I've shown that, we gotta get on to building the real thing, and I'll show you guys how to build each little piece of it. So to start this build off, you want to go to the center of your build space, and you want to grab the orange block that you chose, and I would definitely recommend orange terracotta. And so you want to count 3 spaces away from each one of those sides onto the center 4th block right here. And so place that in, it should look just like this. And so then for the rest of this area, you just want to fill that in completely with sandstone. So go ahead and just fill that all the way in. This is all we have for just the first layer. It's an entire platform of sandstone taking up the whole 7x7 area, and then just your orange block right in the center. So for your second layer, you gotta choose where you want the front of this build to be. So for me, I'm building it in the same direction as this one, with the front being right here, which means that if you were to walk out the entrance of the building, you'd be facing this way. And so because of that, I'm gonna add the towers in right here, and then you just add that in by adding in a 2x2 structure flush with the corner right here. So then after that, you have some more sandstone to place in. So go in the spot that's in between the orange block and the column here, this little diagonal spot right there. Same on this side, and place in sandstone in both those spots. And then you also want to place some at the entrance area right here. And so just place both those in. And then the final spot you need sandstone is just going around the whole perimeter of the back of the build. So pretty much just fill in this entire area, going all the way around. So that's all looking pretty good, and that should be your entire second layer all finished for the build. And then to start off the third layer, I'm going to place sandstone on top of the 2 little nubs we have right here. And then past that, in the entrance area, you're going to place a sandstone stair with the back of the sandstone stair facing towards the entrance. And so then same on this side, so you create this little arch just like we have here. And then in between that arch, place a sandstone on the higher of the 2 slabs. You should be able to squeeze through this thing because it's a 1.5 block area. And so that's how that should all look. So then just extend up the columns we have here by adding in 4 more sandstone into each of those corners. That should be all the sandstone for this layer. The final thing you need to do is go around with your stairs. And so these are the sandstone stairs, and just fill in the entire perimeter. And so you want to have the stairs like you were walking up into the build. And so just go ahead and finish that entire perimeter. Now that's the third layer, all looking pretty good. So now we can start on the fourth. And for the fourth layer, I'm going to start off by building up the columns here again. So that's another 4 sandstone onto each of these. So then after that, I'm going to take 3 sandstone and place it on top of the area we have right here, creating an arch over the arch that's already existing at the front. And then after that, take some sandstone stairs, and following the same pattern we have right here, place another one there. Same on the other side, place in this one. This is the only type of weirdness we have with this layer, is that you have to place one of the smooth sandstone slabs, so I switched over to the 2 we have right here. And so then just take that, place it upside down there, same on this side, and so that's creating that little entrance that we have in through the roof, which is that area right there. And so then after that, you want to do the same sort of thing you did with the third layer, and that's just to go around the whole back perimeter and place in all the stairs like this. Now we're getting pretty close to wrapping this whole thing up. So now I'm going to extend up the columns a bit higher, and to do that, we don't need any more sandstone. All you have to do is take a stair and pick any direction to face in, jump up and place that stair, then walk ahead, turn 90 degrees, place another one, walk ahead, turn 90 degrees, and just keep doing that pattern. And if you keep doing that, you end up with this formation right here, creating this little roof type thing. That's that all done for both of the columns. Now let's just finish up this pyramid right here. So to finish that off, to just go up to the little arch that we just built up here with the 3 sandstone, place the stair just like this, this, and this. And then that should look like this from the front angle right here. And then just continue that going around the entire thing by just building up the stairs like this. And so you want to build a donut around the entire top. And then that should completely get rid of all the sandstone stairs you have left. And the final block, which you could actually choose to leave this open, is the actual structure as a hole in the roof. but I like to seal it up so you could add in a sandstone right here. And so then after that, you should be completely out of resources and you should have your little sandstone pyramid all ready to go. But I want to show you guys a few customization things you could do to it that I just decided not to do for the main one we have here, with some pretty cool stuff you could add on to it if you want. So the first thing is you could kind of choose how you want this thing to end. I chose to have this more kind of blunt top to it. We could also add a slab right here and add a more pyramid shaped top to it, kind of making it a bit more angular. You could also just break the hole through, like I said, to have this little entrance in this way, just like the actual one has. Or you could just seal it off like I had on the demonstration. So yeah, 3 choices you could add to that. So another thing you could do is the actual desert pyramid has these little symbols here, but it's pretty hard to do with this 2-block space we have. But you could work your best to try to add in some kind of symbol, maybe something like this, or something you could come up with. I decided not to do this because I felt like it was too big and I couldn't get enough detail. But one other way to actually do this is to get acacia buttons, and you could add them in into any type of formation you want. You could try different stuff out. That's just another way to add a few more details to the build. Now I just jumped back over to the one we have built up here. I want to show you guys one of my favorite things you could add to this. So we just snuck inside to the actual desert temple, and as you guys know, if you break this block right here, you'll find a secret room with all kinds of chests in it. So just like in our tiny one, if you break this here, you can see we have our 4 chests. So most of these you can't even open. I just realized I can at least with this one. But if you sneak in there and you're not careful, you'll ignite the TNT and you'll set off the trap. So yeah, that has to be one of my favorite things to add. It's a really great way to add some character to the build, but you gotta watch out not to set it off. And since I just realized this is the first video that I'll have that will have the skin on, this is actually my Halloween skin, so it's my character wearing a pumpkin mask. Just thought I'd mention that in case anyone was wondering why I had the weird beard or strange looking mask, or whatever this orange thing is. That's pretty much it for how to build the pocket-sized pyramid. This is one of my favorite builds, and it just looks so great in the desert biome. And so I hope you guys enjoy having your very own mini desert temple. So yeah, really happy with the way this thing turned out. So I think that's going to be it for the video. Definitely hope you guys enjoyed the video. I had a lot of fun making it. And so yeah, I'll be working on some more of these little mini structure videos, so I hope you guys are liking the series. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. See you later. Okay, well the video's over, but there's something I really want to check. Looks like the sky's pretty dark, so I want to see if it's actually raining. And, oh yeah, it was raining throughout the entire video. We're in the desert, so you couldn't tell.